You are supposed to be doing something very important, but instead of doing it, you seem to be occupied with checking your email, browsing your social media, watching a video, brushing the hair of your dog, or checking your fridge. Your deadline is so pressing, and for some reason, you can't seem to start doing that very important work. That, my friends, is what we call procrastination. And yes, we are all familiar with it. If you've ever been caught in a procrastination cycle that caused you to miss important deadlines, harbor some feelings of regret and guilt for missing out on things, and this year you want to start working on changing your life, becoming efficient with your workflow, and showing up completely for yourself and for your goals, I've prepared some golden nuggets for you today. Hello friends, if you're new here, my name is Nizley, and there are times that I procrastinate too. I know that it is something that we all can relate to, as we all have that in our lives. But my mission today is to give you a different understanding about procrastination, why it exists, and how we can actually reframe our minds and learn some strategies that can help us stay away from that procrastination cycle. The first thing that we have to discuss is this. Procrastination is not a problem or a cause of you not being able to accomplish tasks. Dr. Neil Fiore, a productivity expert, has defined procrastination as an attempt to resolve a variety of underlying issues like overwhelm, pressure, low self-esteem, perfectionism, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being rejected, and impossible expectations. Procrastination is like a coping mechanism with the anxiety and fear of doing something. So when we procrastinate to maybe start a YouTube channel, it's not that we are lazy, but it is because we are fearful of what could possibly happen. We ask ourselves the questions, what if I won't be able to meet my audience's expectations? What if I'm not consistent with my content? Or what if I won't be able to keep up with the pressure of my growing channel? The same thing happened to me when I first started going to the gym and working out. I had a lot of fears and self-doubts. They became so overwhelming to the point that I was saying to myself, OMG, the responsibility of keeping a healthy lifestyle sounds so scary. So why don't I just go and watch a Netflix movie right now and do something less terrifying? Denis Waitley defines procrastination as a form of self-defensive behavior aimed at protecting one's self-worth. Reflecting on this definition, it just makes sense that we procrastinate or delay tasks because we fear it might be a threat to our self-worth. That we procrastinate not because we want to feel bad or we want to feel regretful later on, but because we want to have a temporary relief of our inner fears. Now, let's move on to learning some simple strategies we can apply in our lives to break free from those procrastination cycles. Number 1, focus on empowering inner dialogues. We are mostly defined by the narratives that we tell ourselves every single day. So when we say discouraging words to ourselves, like, I never really followed through, or I'm such a huge procrastinator, we tend to gravitate towards negativity and fall into a deeper procrastination trap. But when we focus on saying only empowering words to ourselves, we realize that we are the master of our own thoughts, and we begin to think and speak only of positive thoughts to ourselves. Procrastination will always be there, and it will always be part of our lives. But bouncing back after falling off is what matters the most. Number 2, ask the right questions. If what is keeping you from getting started to doing something is the end result or the outcome, like losing a job or a project, I want to encourage you to ask yourself the right questions. Like, what is the worst thing that can happen? Or what would I do if the worst thing really happened? And what can I do now to lessen the probability of this dreadful thing to happen? And when you ask yourself the right questions, you also get the right answers. By answering those questions, you're also now prepared for the worst and can already tell yourself, now, it's time for me to focus on what will lead me to the best. Number 3, keep a procrastination log. If you want to keep data of your procrastination cycles, keeping a procrastination log just helps you achieve that. A procrastination log looks like this: date and time, activity, thoughts and feelings, reason of procrastinating, and results. A procrastination log helps you become aware of your feelings and thought patterns and gives you the deeper understanding why you're procrastinating. Number 4, avoid ambivalent statements. Ambivalent words like I have to and I should, while giving that sense of control to do something, are also words that communicate victimhood and resistance. When we say to ourselves, I should finish all the reports today, I have to call that irate customer back, are communicating to our brains that this is something dreadful, but I need to do it. Or I have to do it, otherwise something dreadful is gonna happen. It takes away that feeling of independence, as it implies that we didn't have a choice, which is honestly disempowering. Instead of using ambivalent statements, try using empowering ones like I choose to do it, I want to do it, or I decide to do it. This simple shift of language tricks your brain that it was your choice and then empowers you to commit to doing it. Number 5, start with small steps. Taking small steps matters big time in getting started. If you want to write your first video, start with opening your Word document. If you're aiming to work out, start with wearing your gym clothes and tying your shoes. If you want to read books this year, start with reading 1 to 2 pages. Little steps over time make a huge difference as small steps add up incrementally. So friends, that is a wrap. If you have personal strategies that you're applying in your life to stay away from procrastination, leave them in the comment section down below and I'd love to hear about them. So I've been to my friends. I'll see you soon.